Welcome to Rhinestone Ridge Farms. We focus on permaculture, ethical animal husbandry, and the tradition behind farming because it's the greatest human lesson that we have. But before I can talk more about the farm, we got to give you a tour of the farm because we've got gardens, we've got animals, we've got projects that are still happening. We have done so much work on this farm in the last 2.5 years, and we're really proud of it, and we're ready to show it off. So let's go on a tour. So we're going to start with the gardens, and we're going to start with the first one that we ever had. Kind of. So this didn't even start as a flower garden. This was just the middle of the yard. There was actually a giant burn pile here at first, like taller than our house. And we had some people come out and burn it and everything. So I think it created some really good ground. And so last year, we had been here like a year at that point, I threw out some sunflowers, zinnias, things like that, and threw them out. And we got flowers. And then I let them grow. And then we mowed them down after they went to seed. And this is what came last year, or excuse me, this is what came in the spring. And so all of this grass around here, we've like let it go to seed as much as we can because we need more grass here. Because you're going to learn throughout the theme of this video that everything has been changed on this property because we had nothing here. We had like no organic matter. But we're going to show what else we've got. The second one is going to be our front garden, or like kind of what we call our landscaping. So this right here, there's nothing here. You don't see anything right now. That's because it's the middle of fall. But this last year, we had a bunch of flowers here. Last, last spring, I think we put pigs on it. We threw some seed out here and different things for our first like year and a half and just focused on throwing straw down as much as we could because there truly was nothing here. Like there's ground here that's like this concrete, and that's not it, but there's ground that was just complete concrete. That was this entire thing. Really, really hard clay. So when we started putting seed down, we started putting straw down and just creating organic matter. And now we grew flowers here last spring. They grew all summer. Then we put the pigs on this, and we have now planted this with winter rye seed as a cover crop. So we'll see if this works. I'm hoping to landscape in front of this and put some like different native evergreens and some red twig dogwoods and different things. And I'm going to put some and hydrangea around here. Same along here. It's been pretty hard to get stuff to grow here because it has just been so, just nothing is here. But there's a little bit of rye growing, so we're gonna keep trying to turn this into soil. Back here, the lovely person holding the camera built me these planting beds that we built, I don't know, probably like a year ago, year and a half. And then this year we just did seed. We just did zinnia, basil, marigold, different things, and that all got put here, and we just kind of let it grow, or we just kind of let it grow the entire time. And we ended up with zinnias, basil, beans. We've got several generations of zinnias in here, several generations of marigolds. So it's pretty cool seeing stuff grow. I'm going to put, I don't know, I haven't decided what I'm going to put back here. Maybe American beautyberry. I haven't decided, but I'm going to do something cool back here. And then further around the back of the fence, because this fence also was not here. We built this fence. Austin, my husband, built this fence. And we did flowers here last year. You can still see some of the salvia here. You can see some of the dead zinnias. We're going to do something back here. I don't know what yet, but we're just building from fresh. Same over there. We had some flowers grow on that side of the fence. We're trying our best to have grass grow back here. It's not working like so beautifully, but we're doing everything that we can. We're really good at growing grass in the winter. We keep green grass in the winter, but then in like June or July, it all dies because we have cold season grasses out here for some reason. So that's that area. I would love to have flowers here, or some sort of landscaping in this little aisleway, because I want this to one day become a pasture. That's my ultimate goal. But that hasn't happened yet because I don't know if you know this, but fencing is incredibly expensive. But this is the main garden. So the first year when we moved here, the first summer, I guess we had been here a year, we put down these garden beds, and I did vegetable gardening in it. And to be honest, I completely hated it. I'm not built for vegetable gardening. I'm built for flower gardening. I don't know why, but it just is what it is. But so we had like tomatoes and cucumbers and everything. We had some basil come back this year, but other than that, all of this was seeded, except this came up. This is like a native, it's called blue mist flower, or native, I don't know if it's a gerodum. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's on the screen. But so I got to come out and collect seed of this. We got cosmos here. My goal for this is I want to extend the flower garden pretty much all the way to the corner of our property, which is down there. We have like a diagonal line, and it's down there, but that hasn't happened yet because I want the garden to be there and then pasture here. but we'll see. And then I have lots of other ideas for gardening to be around different parts of the pasture and different things. I want flowers everywhere, and I want plants everywhere, ones that I can feed to my rabbits, to my chickens, even to my pigs, and all that kind of thing. So stay tuned for that. Now let's go over the animals that we have here. And honestly, as I was planning to make this video, I was like, I need to count the animals. So we have several species. We have 15 chickens. We know that. We have 2 pigs. Those are easy to count. We know that. We have 2 indoor dogs, indoor cat, 3 outdoor cats, 7 adult rabbits, 2 6-week-old rabbits, 9 9-day-old rabbits. I think that's it. We have had 3 goats before. They did not work out, but I think that's it. So 15 chickens, 2 pigs, 4 cats, 2 dogs, 18 rabbits, maybe? I don't know. A lot of them. We're going to meet all of them though. So let's go meet them. We'll get to the rabbits in a second. I'm actually going to start with the chickens. So we have, as I said, we have 15. We have had as many as 20, I think 29 at one point when we had a bunch of babies. So we got chickens 2.5 years ago, and they came from our first batch. We ordered 20 from Hoover Hatchery, and then we have gotten, I bred a couple, ordered some from Meyer Hatchery. I want to order some from McMurray Hatchery, and I haven't done that yet. But so we have 15 of them, and I'm going to try to name them. We have 1 rooster. That's important. That's BD, Big Dusty. He's that gray one right there. And then all of the hens are, this is Heifer. She's like every other chicken's pet. That is Robin 2. This is Dusty, that sister with the crest on her head. Back there with she's kind of got the orange on her with some black in the bushes. That's Goth Girl 23. And then both of the black ones to her right and to her left. One of them is Trevor, one of them is Hamburger. We can't tell them apart, so we call them as a unit Trevberg. The black and white one with all the hair, that is Bobby. The one whose feathers are kind of growing around backwards, I don't know if you can tell. She's kind of hidden in there. She's gray and white. Her name is the Frizz because her feathers are frizzled out. Then there are 2 that look, so this one right here and one that looks just like her, we call them the Sicklies. They looked weird when they were little and we thought they were sick, and it turns out they weren't. They've just maintained as the Sicklies. And this little buff and white one, which is like an orange and white, that's Pookie. And I think that's everybody. Like I said, we've had lots of different breeds. My favorite breeds are the Cochin and the Polish, which are what my rooster are. That's what Dusty is. I forgot about the red. That orange one right there in the back, she's really weird. She's raised babies for us, but she's extremely weird. She's a Cochin, those ones with a lot of the feathers on their feet. The Polish are the ones with the crest. I love them. I could talk about my chickens forever, and I could talk about all these animals forever, to be honest, but I just kind of keep accumulating chickens. But I'm down to 15 now. We lost one this week, unfortunately, to a fox, but we are gonna fix that. So those are the 15 chickens. We have this big fence for them. I really like to free range them, but I can't do that because we have so many predators. Clearly, I'm talking about how many we've lost. I used to have the rabbits back here, used to have the rabbits up there, and kind of everybody in the same fence, but I don't have that anymore. I moved them because it got really muddy. So I just keep throwing straw in here. They go through it, and they've kind of created their own little house in their little area back here. They have, especially when all these things are grown out, all these plants, they have so many places to hide and find bugs and things like that. So those are the chickens. Let's go meet the rabbits. So with the exception of our dogs and our cats, rabbits were the first farm animals that we got. And I breed a certain breed of rabbit. It's called the Harlequin. So it is a French breed of rabbit. Some say a German breed of rabbit, but they are colored like this. So like they kind of look like calico cats or tortoiseshell cats is what a lot of people say. But so I have 7 adults. So 3 adults here, 4 adults in that cage. And I'm going to go over them. Not everyone is named. All the adults are named, but not all the babies are named because we have like a million. So this is Cindy. She is our oldest one. I think she's like 4, maybe 5. I really don't know. I bought her from someone in Indiana, so I don't know how old she is. This is Joel Osteen. That's Cindy Lauper, by the way. I name all of my rabbits after a celebrity they share a birthday with. What's funny, I did not breed Cindy. So Cindy came with a celebrity name that I did not give her, and I find that hilarious. Joel Osteen is right here. She was born here like 2 years ago. She was part of like the 3rd or 4th litter that I had, and I kept her. And she, people talk about like their heart horse, their heart dog and stuff. She's my favorite rabbit. I wouldn't say heart rabbit, but she's the one rabbit that I probably would not get rid of unless like we were moving. Then we have Raquel. Raquel has 2 little ones, and so she's got, this one is a little boy, And then that is Ray Charles back here. This is Raquel's daughter that I'm going to keep out of those two. And then Joel has a litter of 9 little tiny ones that look just like this. And they're little bitty tiny. They've started opening their eyes. And she has 9 of them. And their dad is Rick Ross, which we'll meet in a second. Raquel is Raquel Welch. I forgot that. So Raquel Welch, Joel Osteen. Raquel was born here too. This is her first litter. That's Joel's 4th litter. So over here, this is our homemade rabbit tractor. We actually house rabbits in this so we can move them around and they can deposit fertilizer, which is right here, and piles of feed that they have gone through, because rabbits waste a lot of feed. It's really hard to prevent them from doing that. So they deposit this fertilizer, and so we kind of move them around in this. So we have 4 adult rabbits in here. 2 were born this year. 3 were born this year. 2 were just born in April. That is Grace Jones and Sam Smith. The back right is Rick Ross. He was born here in January. And the back left is Vincent Donofrio. He was not born here. He was born in South Dakota. He came with no name, so I gave him a name that went with his birthday. Vincent is the dad of these 2 in the front. Rick's first babies are the little tiny ones that you just met. Vincent's also the dad of Ray Charles. So Rick is the best thing I've ever produced, and so he's going to make some babies, and his first litter is in the in the nesting box now, and so we'll see how they turn out. Let's see, so those are the rabbits and the chickens. Let's go meet the pigs. We have 2 pigs. This is our second time that we've had pigs. We had 2 that went to the processor in March, and then these 2 we got, I don't know, in like August, maybe September. I really don't remember. But we have these 2. The black one is named Tony, and the white and tan one, or white and red one, excuse me, is named Danza. So Tony, Danza. They're here for a couple of reasons. Number one, they are here so we can have a product, right? We want to produce ethically raised pork, especially woodland raised pork. So it does a lot for the meat to be able to eat as many acorns and stuff that they have access to here. We would prefer to move them a lot more. The last set of pigs, or the last 2 that we had, 2 females, which are called gilts, and we had them. They were able to be moved anywhere. They respected the electric line. These guys, not so much. So they're probably going to be here forever. They just moved here like yesterday, and they have already gone through it like to an insane degree, but that's their job, right? Also, editing Tanner realizes that he did not say the second thing that pigs are used for, and that is to clear pasture. What I just talked about, to root and to clean everything up, and that way I can seed it with grass and forage seed. So they will be here probably until like January or February. In the meantime, I'm going to use them to root up all of this, because we want to get rid of this. We want to turn this into a big pasture area. So now that you've met all of the animals, I'm going to show you what is going to be our pasture one day. So I would love to one day have all of this fenced in, like to the tree line, and then to the tree line this way, and then to the tree line all the way around, all the way to the back corner, which you can't really see from here. But so I would like all of this to be pasture, because we have the chickens here. I heard footsteps. I heard footsteps going in. So the chickens are over there. Then this is where the goats were, and this is where the pigs were last. So they have completely cleared this out. This is what this looks like after like a month probably over here. And we have seeded this with cover crop. Hopefully it will grow. But if it doesn't grow, then I'm going to reseed it in spring. Hopefully it will grow. All of this was not cleared out when we moved here. Again, my husband is a wonderful person, and he does all this. So he came out here and has cleared like all of this. We're going to turn this all into a pasture, and then this burn pile right here. This is like the bane of our existence. It continues to get bigger because it's like impossible. So we can't get that. We've got to hire somebody to come in and clean out that burn pile. In the process, we put the pigs around it, thinking like they'll like go in there and clear it, which they did. But what they did was they made the ground really available for everything else to grow. By everything, I think there are 9 million gajillion blackberry plants down in there. But one day we're going to clear it out. Maybe this winter we're going to clear that out, and that will turn into a pasture. So the last animals that we need to meet are the dogs and the cats. Now we have 3 outdoor cats. I don't know that they will be out right now. I mean, they're out here, but there's at least one. And what's extra weird is that our indoor cat actually looks identical to 2 of our outdoor cats. And we had the indoor cat a year and a half before we got the outdoors. So this is Sullivan. He's our 12-year-old dog. He is a Beagle Schnauzer mix. I've talked about him a lot on TikTok. He has been with me he came with me when he was 6 weeks old. I got him on July 6th, 2014, and he's been with me ever since, and I love him very dearly. And then our little dachshund back there is named Tyrone. He has been with us since April, or no, he was born in April of 2015, or sometime. He was, yes, April of 2015 he was born. What do you... And then, are we still filming? And then, of course, he humps a lot. And he's humping Eminem, our cat, our neutered male cat. But we're going to pretend that's not happening. And I'm going to see, earlier, one of the gray ones was around. We have two, like I said, they look exactly alike. And we do not know them apart. The only way we know them apart is if we pick them up. And one has like a white mark on his chest and one does not. So I don't see them around. I'll post pictures and videos of them. Okay. Who am I grabbing?
If you could grab both of the gray ones, just because I don't know. I never know which one is going to run away. Maybe the one in... All right, you can drop that one.
This one wants to.
Yeah, I was like, probably that one. All right, now just Eminem.
Eminem's kind of our favorite. He really, honestly...
He's just distinguishable.
He's distinguishable,
yeah,
but
we know which one he is.
He wants to be an indoor cat. He would really like to be an indoor cat. But I forgot to say that the gray ones are Misty and Middle. So, I don't remember why they're named that. Why are they named that?
I don't know why any of them are named what they're named. I think
why is Misty... Mystical was a rapper, but why did I name Middle? Because he was just the middle one, I guess? I don't... Sure, that's why I named them. Those are the cats. And our indoor cat, because we're not going inside to deal with her. She's a monster. We love her. She's not actually that much of a monster. And this is Clover. She probably isn't going to want to look at the camera. That's Clover. She's as evil as she looks. Not really. I love her very much, but she's a lot. But she's easily our most difficult animal. So, that's Rhinestone Ridge Farms. Is this something that y'all are interested in? Like, I don't know if this is interesting. I am very proud of this place. We have done so much work. And, well, Austin has done most of the work. I've done most of, like, the research and the planning and things like that. And it has been a lot. It has been super fun. And it's been really rewarding seeing everything, but we do really wish we had bought a property that's a little bit, was a little bit cleaner, a little bit more ready for us, but this is our starter. So that's our little farm. It's very small. We have just a little over 5 acres out here. We own a lot of those woods back there that I showed a second ago when I was talking about putting the fence on the tree line. We own a lot of the woods down that hill, so we may turn that into something one day, but stay tuned. We'll talk more about the farm as we go. We're getting close to the winter, which is kind of when everything dies down here. We do kick up rabbit breeding season in the winter, but I don't know when the next time I'm going to breed is. Probably will be at the end of this month. Maybe it will be December before I breed again. But yeah, other than that, like and subscribe. That's what you're supposed to do. And I would love to have more subscribers. This is something I'm super passionate about, all of this. And so it's my favorite topic to discuss. And I would love to do it more. So follow along if you would like to enjoy more.